10 fun facts you never know existed. Fun facts have collected for you. Watch the video to know more about it. Number 1. There's an entire family in Italy that feels almost no pain. Members of the Marsili family handle injuries remarkably well, and that's because they only experience pain for a moment before it fades away. Letizia Marsili told Smithsonian Magazine, "I just thought of it as part of who I was. I was strong, I was resilient. I bounced back." However, when a researcher at the University of Siena, where Letizia works, noticed her unusual tolerance for pain, which is something her mother, sister, and son all share, the two decided to collaborate to see what was going on. They discovered that Letizia experiences the good pain, the pain that alerts us to danger. Then it disappears. The bad kind of pain, the chronic pain, the ongoing pain that we take painkillers for. She simply doesn't feel that. Number 2. Hitler had a flatulence problem. In 2012, Adolf Hitler's medical documents were being auctioned to the public by Alexander Historical Auctions. According to the files, the Telegraph reported, flatulence had become such a pervasive issue for Hitler that he had to regularly ingest 28 different drugs to keep it under control. But some of the anti-gas pills he used contained a base of strychnine, a poison that caused further stomach and liver issues. Number 3. There's a reason there's a hole in your pen caps. And that's because they're a choking hazard without them. In addition to help prevent the pen from leaking, all of our Bic caps comply with international safety standards that attempt to minimize the risk of children accidentally inhaling pen caps. Some of these vented caps have a little hole in the top to comply with the existing safety standards, the Bic Pen Company explains on its website. Number 4. Scientists were able to take a picture of an atom's shadow. Whether you're a professional photographer or not, you'll probably be impressed by the photo-related feat accomplished by a team at Australia's Griffith University in 2012. Using an electrical field to suspend a charged atom in a vacuum chamber, the team shot a laser beam at the atom and took a photo of the shadow it produced. While atoms have been photographed before, their shadows have not, making this accomplishment unprecedented. Number 5. The Twitter bird's official name is Larry. If you truly want to be among the savviest social media users out there, you should know that the Twitter bird has an official name. Larry the Bird. Yes, like Larry Bird, the former pro basketball player who played for Twitter co-founder Biz Stone's home team, the Boston Celtics. Number 6. Allergy season is getting longer and more intense each year. If you're one of the millions of Americans who suffer from allergies, we've got bad news for you. Allergy season is getting longer and more intense each year, according to a 2019 study published in The Lancet Planetary Health. Likely another unfortunate result of climate change, scientists have found that pollen counts across the northern hemisphere have increased over the last 20 years and that pollen season is increasing 0.9 days a year worldwide. Number 7. You can learn the High Valyrian language from Game of Thrones with an online course. Fans of George R.R. Martin's best-selling books and HBO's hit series Game of Thrones will be able to tell you that High Valyrian is the Latin-like language used in formal circumstances by the fictional nobility of Essos and Westeros. And while the stories may be make-believe, the language is a fully developed form of communication that you can learn yourself thanks to an online course from Duolingo. By the end, you'll be able to say phrases in High Valyrian like, Kirambos, thank you, and, A Vy Joralin, I love you, as well as Bantis Zobri Isa Se Asing Nati Ledis, the night is dark and full of terrors. Number 8. Some Maryland residents are taxed for the rain. As they say, nothing is certain but death and taxes. Depending on where in the world you live, rain may be just as much of an inevitability. And for some Maryland residents, rain and taxes are both inescapable and tied together thanks to the rain tax, which was passed by the state legislature and signed into law in 2012. 9 counties, as well as the city of Baltimore, pay the annual fee that the Center for Watershed Protection describes as a user fee charged to property owners for the service of managing the polluted runoff coming from their property. Number 9. Astronauts in space are exposed to the same amount of radiation as 150 to 6,000 chest X-rays. When astronauts leave Earth, they face a range of factors that affect them physically. That includes the intense amount of radiation that they're exposed. According to NASA, it's the equivalent of anywhere between 150 to a staggering 6,000 chest X-rays. Number 10. Tornadoes used to be called twirlblasts and twirlwinds in the 18th century. If you lived in the 18th century, you might have referred to tornadoes using the words twirlblast or twirlwind. Honestly, we might need to bring these back. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.